So, what have we here? We back at it, baby. We back at it. you know when they say you gotta laugh to keep from crying, right? Like this situation is ridiculous. But you know what I like about it? This whole Trump thing, this whole Epstein files thing. You know what I like about it? I like the fact that I like how ridiculous it is. I do. I like how, I like how even a lot of staunch MAGA supporters or whatever, they running, they can't even. They can't even cover this one up, man. They can't even cover this one. Y'all hear me? Let me make sure that we good. We good? We good on the audio? I ain't even finished putting up the whole show. I didn't put up the poll question yet. I'm about to put the poll question up, but I was just like, I was going to talk about something totally different. I was going to talk about something totally different. But I said, you know what? Hold on. Let me get on this because this is so ridiculous. It is. What up, Spartacus? What's going on, my dude? Good to see me some you, without a doubt. Oh, he said next door to the mother effer. He said, sorry, it's Trump, so I should have said daughter effer. Oh my gosh. You're right. You're right. All right, audio is good. That's what's up. But yeah, man, this is off the chain. Like, this is off the chain. Trump gets in trouble so much. We've seen him squirm in so many different ways that I didn't think, out of all the stuff that he has done, all of the trouble that he has caused for himself, all of the seeds of doubt that he has sown, I didn't think that the Mar-a-Lago thing, the thing that he brought attention to during the whole 2024 election, we're gonna release the files. Why don't y'all release the files? Release the files. Epstein for years. He's been talking about the Epstein files for years. He's been, him and the other MAGA cats, they've been talking about these. I hate to use the word conspiracy theory because when they use it, it's always some twisted, crazy thing where Donald Trump looks good. So I won't call it a conspiracy theory, but I will say the search for the truth. He was in search of the truth. At least that's what he would like you to believe, that he's in search of the truth all the time, right? So now here we are with this Epstein, Mar-a-Lago. This is really something. I mean, with Trump, you have a smorgasbord. You have a smorgasbord of things that you could call him on or indict him on or ask for articles of impeachment on. A bunch of things. And they would all be legit. Even though, because the Republicans hold the House and the Senate, it would never go anywhere. But this may not need the help of the House and the Senate. That's the thing that gets me. This may not need the help of the House and the Senate. I'm going to make the poll question easy today. I'm going to make it easy today. AOL, what's that? AOA fee? What does that say? Hold on. I like to get people's names right. If it is all possible, AOL fee? I don't know. If I'm sorry for butchering your name. Charge it to my head, not my heart. My man Garado Legends, what's good? How you feeling, my brother? And me. So let me do give me a second, yo. Let me drudge up a quick poll question. Let's see. Let me write that right. Let me be grammatically correct here. Hold on. Okay, that's simple enough. Oh, okay. Okay, let's do that. Oh. That's where I goofed. Acting like I don't know how to spell. And I do. What up, Joseph Sawtell? Oh, never mind. I'm so used to greeting people and trying to be polite that even when they diss me, I just start reading they shit. He says, STF up for years, LOL. Effing Trump haters. Go get Biden. We'll be much better, right? Why? Biden's not your president. Why would we go get Biden? Because Trump said to go get him? Because he don't want you to look at them Epstein files. He told the DOJ, go look at Biden. Look at anybody except for me. Don't look at me. I don't want to answer questions. Any other time, Trump is down to answer questions. Yeah, put the camera in my face. But only ask me the things that I want to answer. Ask me the questions that I like. He don't like this. Sharif, he don't like it. Rock the Casbah. Rock the Casbah. Hey, I mean, look, your sucker ass is going for hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, go look at Biden. Leave my dad Trump alone. Leave daddy alone. No, he getting his ass whooped just like everybody else. And you can't stop it. This shit is fucking crazy. Yo, this is crazy. I mean, I guess I should have saw it, but I didn't see it. Like I said, he gets himself in so much shit. He should have a sanitation company. Forget about trying to run the country. Forget about being a real estate developer. Forget about casinos that you bankrupt. Forget about all of that. You should run a sanitation company and clean up to clean up your shit. Yo, you would be able to generate your own clients and be your best customer. Yo, man, Trump, you should think about it. All right, let me see. Garado Legend said no. Spartacus says, and Joseph triggered and coping hard. Feels bad. Yeah. What up? Grown woman, don't try me. What's good? How you feeling? Good to see me some you. I'm still making the the poll question. Oh, somebody calling in, but they didn't say they was calling in, so expect craziness.
You have a call from.
All right, welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. This is your host, Sun752. Thank you for calling in. What's on your mind today?
I'm just talking about like the slander when it comes to people voting.
Okay, talk about it.
Yeah, because I don't really care necessarily because I'm an anarchist. I don't want any single government on earth because as Black people, we should be living in tribes. We should be living in the wild. We should not be waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work and do 9 to 5 to make somebody rich.
What have you? Wait.
Okay, so my name is Garota Legends. In the chat, they do say like Republican or Democrat. They're both demonic party and
demonic?
the Republic is are equally evil on both sides, no matter what you do. Because there'll always be someone who overrides you. So this is what what I'm trying to say is like you have to understand there's Black people on both sides.
Okay, but so you don't think that Black people should have jobs?
No. I never said that. So what my theory is because I've moved to America since I'm a Black person from the Caribbean. I prefer a Black that's fire. Sorry, a Black nation. We have it in Africa, but I need something. But however, though, people need to get jobs, work, eat, and stuff like that. But the thing is, there's multiple people Black people who live in the land and live off the land, and they don't even have to work a day in life. All they have to do is go hunt for food. So when people tell me is like, oh, Republicans are better than Democrats, or Democrats are better than Republicans, is nonsense because Democrats have feminism, which is applied is one of the most destructive things to the Black community. And Republicans are just like, well, kneel down to your overlord, white daddy, and then it's like you can give your buck. It's just like we're still going to be slaves at the end of the day. We will never get financial freedom.
Slaves didn't get paid.
Yes, and that's why we'll never get financial freedom, no matter which part of the
No. Slaves didn't get paid at all.
That's a fact. What you just said.
Mm-hmm. And slaves didn't learn how to read or write. So hold on. Let me just let you know something. I get real funny when people compare anything to slavery because I work at a job, maybe you work at a job, and millions of other people work at jobs. And the difference between a slave and us working at a job is that a slave wasn't working at a job. They were doing jobs, but they weren't working at a job. They were living a lifestyle. And they didn't get a chance to fill out an application, decide where they wanted to work, be able to go to work, get paid.
No, I agree with you. Because it's like modern day when it's like you have to have skills because it's just like forget people working. We have robots, but like let's like dial back to it. It's like back in the day. It's like what slave is free labor. That's what the definition of slavery. You could talk about like cattle slavery is just like my people owe you people money, so you do it. But no, people was actually forced to do free labor. And also too, we have a big problem with people and their ancestors, and they just don't have any money, and there's no mule and a plot of land. So this is why I think it's horrible.
Okay, that's true. But like I said, I just get real sensitive when people try to compare anything to slavery. There's no such thing as modern day slavery.
No. I'm black. I'm from the Caribbean.
No. I know that you're black and the people.
There's a place in the Caribbean where I grew up called Gallows Bay, the one they used to drop the guillotine on slaves.
There were slaves in the Caribbean, and in South America, just like they were in the United States. I'm
So
fully aware of that. So, but this
I'm not trying to say my struggle is more worse than your struggle.
No, I know you're not saying that. I know you're not saying that. What I'm saying to you is, when we start talking about whether we should work to make somebody else rich or whether we should work for ourselves, all I'm saying is slaves didn't have that choice. They didn't even know whether they were making somebody rich or not because they didn't get a chance to go to school to be able to read and understand their condition. They never got a chance to even. They never even got a chance to
read and educate themselves. That's a fact.
Huh?
No, it was forbidden to read because that was a actual. What you just said is a fact.
Yeah,
it was forbidden to read, and if they tried to read, they was like.
Not only were they forbidden to read, they were forbidden to travel. So you couldn't go to another farm or another plantation to even talk to other slaves that lived somewhere else. So the only people that you ever got to know were the people who came to you. You never got a chance to go anywhere else. So that's another way that you were stopped from ever expanding your mind or learning anything. When I say that there's nothing comparable, when I say that there's nothing comparable to slavery, that's really the truth. But I don't want to get on that.
Wait, hold on. If I did try to compare anything to slavery,
no. All I'm saying is you said like a slave. You can't say that. You know what I mean? You got to find another word. You know what I mean? Okay, you can't say slave.
Would it indentured servant mean anything better? Like when
yes, because we have indentured servitude to this day. And a lot of people don't know that.
I apologize. I will not use the word slave because black people are we have a history we didn't get forced to do what we have to do, and like we only survived because we had to deal with it rather than getting deleted.
Right. All right.
So,
but hold on, man. So let's get on. No, it's cool. I mean, you don't any apology. We just want to make sure that we get the lingo straight and get everything straightened out. But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. As far as what we're talking about today, because we're going to talk about these Epstein files today.
What's the topic, though? Because I have all the topics.
All right. Well, only thing we're talking about today is Donald Trump and his involvement with these Jeff Epstein files. Jeff Epstein was a millionaire, damn near billionaire who lived near Donald Trump and was friends with Donald Trump, and he was tried and convicted of all of this pedophilia, sex trafficking shit going on with underage girls, and Donald Trump knows something about it, and he's trying to sweep it under the rug. That's what we're talking about today, and we ain't talking about nothing else.
Okay,
nothing.
I can talk about it though, but I'll give my 2 piece about it though.
Okay.
But because I probably not because I don't vote.
But whether you vote or not, whether you vote or not,
well, it makes sense. It makes sense when I explain to you. Donald Trump has been a person of the party. Donald Trump has taken pictures with multiple celebrities in these Hollywood parties. He used to date a woman from Vogue on a magazine. He dated a porn star. So it's like, yeah. The only thing is he did send himself away when he got married to this Russian girl with big boobs. So the only thing I'm trying to say is that I'm not gonna slander my president because I served in the military, but I actually agree with you that it needs to be combed with a fine-tooth tip because
wait. Why does being in the military or serving in the military exclude you from being able to say anything about the president? He didn't go to the military. He wasn't in the military.
Because we have to get silent so we can't slander the president.
That's not true.
That's fully true.
No, it's not. I know a lot of veterans. Now I can understand if you were in active duty.
Oh, you know what? No. Okay, so no, I'm wrong. You're right. Because I'm not active duty anymore. But the thing is, when I was in the military when Obama was president, I was just like, why did they let this black dude fucking be president? I was like, he's not even black. He's light skinned. And look at his heirs. It's like his heirs not black people heirs. He looked like a fucking fairy.
Man, he was black. What are you talking about? Black mixed with anything is black. So we don't have hold on. So in Africa, they don't have light skinned Africans with straight hair or fine hair. You ever heard of you ever heard of Ethiopia? You ever heard of Ethiopia?
Yes, Somali. They look black and they have straight hair, but you have to remember. You have to remember these people live in the connected continent, Egypt to
Egypt is Africa too.
Who's this beautiful girl smiling? Like I don't want to talk too much, but you have to understand. It's like a lot of people from because I'm West African. I'm full black, big nose and big lips. But you have to understand when it comes to the Egypt, they already mudded it out and they chase us out. That's why I'm a Hebrew Israelite.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. Just hold on a second. I just want to address something in the chat real quick. I'm talking to D-Rails 93. He wants to know why isn't working a job slavery? Because slaves didn't get paid. And slaves didn't fill out applications. And slaves didn't decide where they wanted to work. And slaves didn't get a check every week or every other week. And slaves didn't pay taxes. And slaves belong to somebody else. You can quit your job and nobody can do shit about it. You can talk bad about your job and nobody can do shit about it. If you was a slave, you ain't quitting no job. You don't have no job. You have a life where you worked. You worked on a plantation because you were owned by another person from the time you were born. And not only that, speaking of being born, you were put together. Your mom and your dad were selected by somebody else who owned them because he wanted a slave that looked a certain type of way. Not a person who looked a certain kind of way or had certain abilities, but a slave who looked a certain type of way and could do. Hold on. Let me finish because I'm not going to be clearing up all day about the difference between working a job and slavery. You probably somebody either probably got you a job or you filled out an application with a resume, cover letter, and all of that shit. That's not what slaves did. And slaves never had a chance to leave. You come home from your job every day when you go. Slaves didn't do that. They stayed on their job. They went to bed with their job and they woke up with their job. And the only day they didn't have to work on their job was Sunday, like today. So you don't know nothing about a job being like slavery. Just because you work for somebody who makes more money than you or makes money off of your labor, that's what a job is. But that's not what slavery is. Slaves didn't get paid. Not a dime, nothing. And they didn't come home. So you understand this. But fuck all of that. We getting too distracted. What you say?
Can I add on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's because the reason why is they say like you have to work rather than just like doing like a community service, but you disperse because they have the ideology to say like you don't have to live with your parents and you have to go seek other places. And when you go try and do it, you're always gonna get pigeonholed because no matter how hard you work, if you don't get capital, every single thing that you do for work is to make somebody richer. So every single time you climb, you're making a person richer. So you're
so what? So what? You whoa.
And then you keep climbing the ladder, and the harder.
But so what? You're making wait. So what? When you work for somebody, you make them richer. They're the ones who put together the whole company. Why wouldn't they get rich off of you working? Why would they hire you? Why would they? People think that they get hired because they need jobs or because they have kids or because they shouldn't have to starve. That's not why people hire you. A person hires you because he put a company together so he can make money for his family, for himself and his lifestyle, not yours. So, but the thing is, you have the.
He don't care about you,
and he shouldn't. And he shouldn't care about you. You don't care about him either. He should not care about you. You don't care about him. Who do you know says, yo, I wish I could make my boss more money and I hope that he's healthy and I hope that his children are in good spirits. Don't nobody give a fuck about their employer. So why do you expect them to give it care about you? Y'all have an agreement. Y'all have an agreement.
Right now.
Huh?
You're a preacher right now.
No, I'm telling you. I mean, this shit is fucking elementary. Yeah, why should you have to explain to adults that a job is about a job at a company is about money? Why should you have to explain that? Like that's fucking that's fucking
if you don't,
that's
if
baby
you don't have the
shit.
Skills, you will not be. And that's right, because you don't have the skills or you don't have the clout to even be a
everybody is not everybody is not everybody is not meant.
Look at you like, oh, I know you're inspired, but like you fired or laid off.
Everybody is not built or meant to run their own business. Not everybody wants that responsibility. Even people who run their own business that aren't all that good at it. So all of this, I mean, you're not a slave because you go to work and you don't make as much money. If you don't like the money that you make at the job, quit that motherfucker and find a better one. Go to school, get some skills, or open your own business and get and promote yourself, get customers, and win. But don't come here and talk about. But I tell you what, a slave couldn't do that. A slave couldn't decide that he's going to open up his own business or work for himself or any of that shit.
Like, you build my house, shut the fuck up, or I'll bang your wife and like bang your kids. But he can't do it. It's like, okay, right. And then still do it. And it's like, what you gonna do? Build my house?
On,
like, yeah, I didn't even get any.
Look, we almost a half an hour in, and we're not talking about this Epstein shit. So we need to talk about this Epstein shit right now. Right now. No more distraction. Distraction. Yes. Right now.
We need to talk about it because it's a horse needs to get run into a bear trap, though, in my opinion, because Epstein and these other people who are subjugating people is diabolical, and I don't like that.
Oh, well, so do you? I don't think that you know enough about this case. Like, all right, so it looks like Donald Trump is trying to cover up the whole Epstein thing, the whole Epstein files thing. The thing is, he ran on that when he was running for president in 2024. He was the one talking about the Epstein files. He was the one talking about the deep state. He was the one talking about cover-ups and things like that. And he was the one who said he was going to be the president that was going to be the most transparent. And we should have known that motherfucker was lying. We don't even know the health of the president of the United States. He has never released his health reports. We don't know. They want to talk about. We didn't know Biden. We didn't know Biden was suffering from dementia or had cancer or anything like that.
Biden, hold on, brother. Biden suffered from dementia, and Trump is like only 4 years. Like I think like 5 years younger than Biden.
Three measly years. 3 measly years younger. 3.
No, I think 5.
No, it's not 5.
3? Is it 3?
It's 3.
Is it 3?
Yeah, Biden is 81.
But yeah,
Biden is 81. He'll be 82.
For dementia though, but Biden, I'm just like, hey, white people, go get your grandfather off the fucking stage. That dude is about to fucking fall off the stage.
Okay.
Like, get him back home, and just like he did it, he became president, and just like get him to take care of his
Biden
kids.
had.
Hopefully, you have to monitor him so you don't accidentally drown your kids.
The bottom line is we don't know what's going on with Donald Trump's health. We don't know. So if a person is that secretive and he's the president of the United States, where you're supposed to have full transparency about your commander in chief, the leader of the free world, we don't know. The only time we knew that something was wrong with Trump is when he had COVID-19 when he was president. That was the only time in 2020. That was the only time. Other than that, we wouldn't even know if he had a case of the sniffles. We wouldn't know if he had a rash. We wouldn't know if he got bit by a mosquito. We don't get to know anything about him. And here's one thing I know about men over 70. They all have some kind of health challenges. All of them. 100%.
Like one banana peel into the grave, though. That's the truth. Because the older you get, the quicker you die. But you have to like protect yourself. So I'm not against you because I don't vote. I will never vote Democrat or Republican. So
but what we're talking about today doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you vote or not. You're still affected. You're still affected whether you vote or not. Let's say you don't vote.
I accept it as part of life, though.
All right. So if you don't vote, but the country is at war. It doesn't matter if you voted or not. It doesn't matter if you voted and whoever you voted for. Doesn't matter. You're still in a dangerous position.
No, it depends. My brother, can I tell you how I think about it? I serve in the U.S. military. It's like my one singular vote doesn't matter. If I want to change the tides of voting system, I will actually have to do campaigns. I don't do any campaigns. I care less. It's like, wow, it's like Kamala Harris is going to be president. It's like, why is this Asian chick trying to be president? I'm just like, I'd rather Donald Trump as president. So I will backtrack to what you said earlier, because like before the COVID, Donald Trump's society was good. And I think it was 2020. I think 2020, because I've never seen so many black people making money so much. But we get hit with the COVID and it's like the new SARS. And Donald Trump was trying to protect Americans. But it's like, this is what I see. But I was just like, I will never vote for either demonic part of the party. But however, though, I do love.
When was black people making all this money? When was black people making all this money?
Say it again.
When was black people making all this money that you're talking about?
Oh, well, I'm a truck driver, but when President Trump became in office, I've never seen so many black people, especially black women. Now I'm working for I'm not gonna do it anymore, but it's the USPS. I'm doing loads for them. I've never seen so many women drive basically like forklifts and stuff like that. I'm like freaking impressed. And this was in Trump's presidency. But Biden's presidency, he was trying to start wars.
Who was trying to start? What are you talking about?
Well, no, I'm not. Hold on. You have to understand. I don't care if any black person is a Democrat or a Republican, because I love all black people. I don't care about your politics. This is why I will refuse to vote, because I don't care about being like any side. But however, though, you have to understand that Biden's son, Hunter Biden, he was able to bang a prostitute and smoke crack in Europe with our taxpayer money.
So what? And well, I'm able to smoke. I'm able to bang prostitutes and smoke crack with your taxpayer money right here. So what?
No, but the thing is, though, you don't get taxpayers' money, though.
Matter of fact, you gonna make me go out and smoke some crack today and fuck a prostitute. I hope everything goes well. I respect you, and you're the most hardcore gentleman and the most honest person, and actually, like, you're real because I consider you my uncle. But I give you money. I haven't paid taxes in 3 years, but I mean. And I definitely appreciate you representing. But look, man. Like I said, we're not talking. I want to talk about this Epstein thing. Listen. Sorry, I want to talk about this Epstein thing. We all over the place, and I don't want to be all over the place. I want to talk about this Epstein thing, and that's all I'm going to talk about.
I'll mute myself. And I think there's other callers, so I'll mute myself, and there's one other tag in, and that's fine. But I'll mute myself.
All right, good looking. All right, y'all. So, like I said, this whole Epstein thing. Let me get a general consensus of how y'all feeling out there. Who thinks, because I saw somebody wrote, who really cares? Who really cares about what? If nobody cared about this Epstein thing, then Donald Trump wouldn't care about it either. But see, I think it's funny. How, he tries to throw, he's trying to throw the dogs off the scent. This shit is like bleeding heavily in the ocean and thinking that no sharks are going to come. Like, yo, why y'all worried about this blood? You know what I mean? There's other fish out there. You could go eat a barracuda or something. Why y'all trying to, I'm over here bleeding. I'm hurt. I mean, y'all should let me ride on one of y'all and get me to shore. But y'all want to be biting me. The fuck out of here, man. You bleeding. Here come the sharks. But you you cut yourself. The whole 2024 election, you were talking about this transparency shit. You were talking about release the JFK files, release the MLK files, release the Epstein files, kill the deep state. We're gonna drain the swamp. Well, guess what? Now your biggest supporters are having to concede to the fact that you are the swamp, Donald Trump. You are the swamp. Every people who don't like you knew that. Ask the city of New York. They knew you are the swamp. You are muck, mire. You are fucking, you are alligators. What are some other swamp marine life? Lizard. No, not lizards. Fucking salamanders.
No, electric eels. Fucking
electric eels in a swamp?
Fucking cops. Electric eel. Yeah.
Electric eels in a swamp? Electric eel?
Yeah. A crocodile.
No, not a crocodile, but an alligator. We don't have crocodiles in the United States. We got alligators.
Or a motherfucking hippo.
No, man, we talking about the swamp, not the. You in the jungle. We. All right, snakes. And snakes are definitely in the swamp. What else? What else we got? Let me see.
Piranhas.
No, not in the swamp, man. Not in the swamp.
Oh, well then.
See, swamps are marsh life. Is dirty, nasty, bacteria-filled water. Marine life. Like down south, they have a lot of swampy areas, like in Florida, in South Carolina, Georgia, even Alabama.
Oh, beavers and skunks.
No, not beavers. Beavers are like in rivers and creeks and shit. Don't worry about it. What's up, Nicole Ellis? What up, Troy Diesel? Melissa? Pythons? Pythons? You ain't got no pythons. Yo, man, y'all gotta. Hold on, y'all got me tripping. Hold on. I got this.
Or lionesses, though.
Hold on. What kind of marine life lives in swamps?
Octopus.
All right, here we go. I got it. Fish, shellfish, and invertebrates. Invertebrates, don't have a spine. Okay, many fish species like menhaden, flounder, sea trout, spot croaker, and striped bass rely on swamps for breeding and raising their young. In addition, shellfish like shrimp, oysters, clams, crabs depend on these areas for food, shelter, and breeding. Invertebrates like worms, insects, and snails also thrive in swamps, contributing to the food web.
Don't forget eels.
It didn't say anything about eels. It doesn't say anything about eels. But I tell you what, you're going to have bugs in a swamp probably big as your hand, and if they bite you, they will put a lump on your ass bigger than the Flintstones.
Look at my fucking arm. Look, I can't fucking do it. I'm going to Mars.
Got it, chill. You got it. Yeah. What the fuck? It's gonna be all right, though. It's gonna be all right. Anyway, so Trump was supposed to drain the swamp, but Trump is the swamp. He's the dirty one. He's the one that needs to be investigated. And that's why every time he's investigated, it's successful. But he's also the slipperiest one. He's like an eel. He's like a salamander. He's like some kind of amphibious creature, because it's hard to get a hold of him. And he always manipulates a way for him to get free. You know what I mean? His wiggle game. His wiggle game is crazy.
It'll wiggle out your arms. And it's like, what?
Yeah, his wiggle game is crazy. But with this Epstein thing, hold on, man, calm down. With this Epstein thing, he has not been able to wiggle free. And as you can see, it's frustrating him to no end. But here's the problem. Here's the biggest problem with this whole Trump thing. And that's whether you support him or not. The biggest problem with Trump is that Trump will go to the ends of the earth to prove something that does not exist. He will exhaust all. Hold on. I'm not done, man. As a matter of fact, let me turn you all the way down so I make sure you don't interrupt. Trump will exhaust every single resource that he has in order to prove a lie. Like, look at the 2020 election. It was a lie that he lost. I mean that he won. But he never admitted defeat, and he will never admit defeat. So what do you have to do when you know that you lost, but you want to fool everybody else into thinking that you won? First of all, you have to stand strong on your platform that you won, or on the ideal that you won. So all of that, see, bro even says 2024 was stolen. Yeah, you know what it was stolen by? The American citizens that voted for Biden. Now, I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting that Donald Trump won the 2024 election by 2 million measly votes. 2 million. Biden beat Trump by 7 million. Damn near 10. It was between 7 and 10. Now, Biden beat him by 3 times what Trump beat Kamala Harris by, but nobody on the Democratic side said anything about a recount or that the election was stolen, and they should have. This motherfucker, and Trump claims that he won by a landslide. 2 million votes? A landslide? What are you, fucking crazy? Now, Biden literally beat by a landslide. 7 million. You know how many states don't even have 7 million people? The state of Delaware does not even have 1 million people. The state of Delaware doesn't even have 1 million people. There are big ass states out there. Let me see. Let me see how many people live in North Dakota. What's the population of North Dakota? Big ass state. 796,568. Not even 1 million people. Let's see. What's the population of Nebraska? 2 million. Go Nebraska. All right. What's the population of Montana? 1.137 million. Okay. What's the population of Idaho? 2 million. Go Idaho. What y'all want me to check? What's the population of what's the population of the Epstein files? Well, that's what we need to find out, sir. That's what we need to find out. And hopefully we get closer and closer. But the point is here. The point is this. Donald Trump will go to the ends of the earth to try to convince people that his lies are actually the truth. And because the support for him, and you know how it is. You know how it is when you love somebody so much, or you believe in somebody so much, like your sports team, whatever your sport is, from football to hockey, or whatever. Let's say the major four: football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. So you know how it is. You stick with your team year after year after year, even though they never have a shot at winning the championship. You know how it is when you support somebody like that. You know, shout out to the Cincinnati Bengals. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns. Shout out to the LA Chargers, who used to be the San Diego Chargers. I'm just shouting out teams that have never won the Super Bowl. Shout out to the Detroit Lions, never been to a Super Bowl. Browns, never been to a Super Bowl. But they still have loyal fans year after year after year. So there's really nothing you can do to get those people to jump ship, because they believe in what they believe in, and they figure that one day it's going to happen. Well, that's how people feel about Donald Trump. So just like somebody can tell somebody who doesn't support the Detroit Lions that, listen, the Lions, they always fail in the end, man. They're never going to get to the Super Bowl. They're never going to win the Super Bowl if they get there. As a Detroit Lions fan, you're going to say, what are you talking about? We've been to 2 NFC championships in a row. Actually, they haven't. They got bounced by the Washington Redskins, the Commanders this year. But anyway, but you understand what I'm saying? You know, so they figured that they're getting I'm getting close. So the same way that Trump supporters feel like, I'm telling you, this man has something. There's something about him that makes me believe what he's saying. And I think that he's really on to something. He has some great ideas. But you're totally ignoring the fact that he doesn't persevere. He perseveres personally, but he doesn't persevere for you. You're not going to get anything. You're not going to get anything from him. The country is not going to prosper from him. If anything, he's going to get you mixed up in his bullshit. But that's the difference between your sports team and a Donald Trump. Your sports team, if they don't make it to the playoffs, if they don't make it to the Super Bowl, then that's that. That's that. That's that. They got to try again next year. With Donald Trump, when he fails, you lose. And when he fails personally, then he's going to make sure that you lose worse. And that's what we're working with these Epstein files. That's what we're working with these goddamn Epstein files. Because these Epstein files are his new Achilles heel. He's had so many. You know, with the top secret or classified files that he took, after he wasn't president anymore, and they found that they raided his crib at Mar-a-Lago. What president of the United States? How many presidents of the United States can claim that their place has been raided and that they have been convicted of felonies and a sexual assault? How many can claim that? This motherfucker is the only one. And his supporters are still behind him, like Detroit Lions, the Browns, and the Bengals, and the Chargers. Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers been to 2 Super Bowls. But I know what it's like to to go to 2 Super Bowls and still lose. I know what it's like to go to 3. But not 3 in a row. You know, so, yeah, it is what it is. But because I'm a Philadelphia Eagle and, you know, I'm a Super Bowl champion, you know what I mean? And this is my second one and can't nobody tell me shit. And you also can't tell me that Donald Trump is protecting anybody except for himself with these Epstein files. This shit sounding dumb, man. The bro says, did Trump sign all 1,500 of those pardons with auto pen? I don't give a fuck what he did. None of them should have been released. None. How about 0? 0 of them should have been released, and he released them to make himself correct. Like, how is he going to push this whole they stole the 2020 election thing if the people that rode for you and got locked up for you, like everybody else does? You know what I mean? So, you know, like, the motherfucker is garbage. He's garbage. You know what I mean? But this Epstein thing, I never would have thought that this would be the thing that would be his biggest thorn in the side. In my wildest dreams, I'm thinking that, okay, when he bombed Iran, I figured, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. But when you think about it, he probably only bombed Iran because he knew Iran didn't have a bomb. He knew they didn't have a nuclear bomb. He knew that shit. Nobody really fucked around with Iran because of the threat that they had a nuclear bomb. He knew they didn't. So he said, I think they do have one. So we gonna bomb them. And we'll help out Netanyahu in the process. By the way, any BB Benjamin Netanyahu fans? Anybody like Benjamin Netanyahu? You like him? Because I figure if you can support Trump, you should be supporting Netanyahu too. You know? Why not? Why not? Benjamin says, you don't think they would have been outed by him by now? I have to understand where your question is coming from. Let me see. If Trump was on that list, they wouldn't make up 34 cases. If Trump wasn't on that list, then he would release them motherfuckers. He's very vindictive. He likes to see people doing bad, especially people who don't like him. So if he don't listen, all of this shit can be ended in a heartbeat. Release the files. Stop all of this. waffling. Stop all of this back and forth. Stop making people like you cape for him. You know what I mean? First he said, oh yeah, there's definitely flight logs and a hit list and all of that shit. First it was that. Then I said, then it was, well, you know what? There's no list. There is no Epstein list. It was all made up. There's no Epstein list. Pam Bondi said it was on her desk. Now she got to lie. Oh, I didn't mean the list was on my desk, even though that's the question I was answering directly. I didn't mean the list was on my desk. I meant the files, along with the JFK and MLK files. But that's not the question I was asked. The question I was asked was, is there a list? And I said yes, and it's on my desk right now, waiting to be reviewed. Because that's Donald Trump's order. That's his directive. Promises made, promises kept. Now he wants to say, all right, there's a list, right? There's a list. I know last week we said there was no list, but y'all seem to be going for that. There's a list, but the list is made up. It was made up by Obama and Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, the Easter and can't forget the Great Pumpkin, and you know what I mean, like, and Sally Schroeder and Linus. You want to trust a list that was made up by Biden and Obama and the Easter Bunny? I'm sorry, the Easter Beagle and the Great Pumpkin? I can see you believing in the Easter Beagle because he is holy. That's, in some countries they call him the Resurrection Beagle. But I'd be damned if I believe a list that was made up by the Great Pumpkin. No, not the Great Pumpkin. He fooled me once. He had Linus out there. In the most sincere pumpkin patch, and he never came through. So I'm not messing with the Great Pumpkin, but the East. All right. Anyway, you shouldn't believe in that list. You shouldn't believe in that list. He was pardoned by the auto pen. Okay. And Lorenzo Munoz says, I think somebody in the Supreme Court is on that list. I really do. They're going to be a whole lot of people. Now, here's where we shouldn't be fooled. Don't get into thinking that only Democrats or only Republicans on that. There are people who are Democrats, Republicans, people who are independent, fucking libertarian. There are going to be a lot of people there, a lot of influential people that may not even be in politics at all. So this list is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. The thing about it is Donald Trump is the motherfucker who shined the light on it. He's the one. He's the one who brought it to his own doorstep. And now this bitch ass motherfucker want to be like, oh, how y'all going to ask me about the Epstein list? We over here, we out here securing the border. We out here shutting down Iran. We out here, tariffing the world and shit. We bringing in mad dough. We doing God's work out here. And y'all asking about the Epstein list? Damn. And here's the part that gets me more than anything else. This bitch ass motherfucker is talking about something that was so long ago. How can a 79-year-old man talk about anything that happened a year, 2 years, even 10 years as being a long time ago? When you are 15 years old and you talk about something that was 10 years ago, you're talking about something that's more than 25% of your life. When you are 50 years old, 10 years ago is a mere 20% of your life. So when you're damn near 80, because I'm going to credit him with being 80, the same way he won't release his health files, I don't believe it's his age either. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make him 82. Fuck it. He can be along with Biden. He can be as old as Biden. Why not? Why not? Why not? I seen his neck. You see his necktie? You know what I mean? His neck is all, you know what I mean? His neck is all like that. You know what I mean? That's an old ass neck. He got that old neck syndrome with blonde hair. Motherfucker so insecure, he can't even, a grown ass man who is supposed to be the masculine president, scared to show his gray hair, scared to go bald. Oh, bitch ass nigga. Y'all kill me with this shit. And anyway, so he's the one that brought everybody through. And then he wants to act like that's old news. Like, yo, just worry about all the good I'm doing. You know, when any other time, he wants to play the aggressor. But when you got his back against the wall, when you got him where you want him, he want to play the victim. Man, there's nothing I could do that would ever be good enough for y'all. Y'all be bitching. Y'all be, I mean, you know, I'm out here trying to do the right thing, man. I'm out here working. You know, look, I don't even collect a salary. I'm working the presidency for free. I mean, regardless of the fact that I'm grifting billions of dollars, you know, by being the president, I'm making more money than any other president did at just presidenting. But yeah, I'm working for free. You know what I mean? I told him, y'all can keep that 500 grand, man. I don't even want that shit. And y'all don't never talk to me nice. You know, even these reporters, they want to ask me stupid questions like, what about the victims of the families of the victims, you know, that drowned in Texas? Well, why you gotta ask me about that? We sent everybody out there to rescue people. Only a couple of people died, and like 120 of them, you know, they still counting, you know, mad motherfuckers got. But I'm saying, man, y'all be hating on me. And Donald Trump, man, why y'all keep hating on me? The fuck out of here. Shut the fuck up. Answer the questions, bitch. That's what you need to do. And y'all hating on me too. Only got 18 likes? You mean to tell me that I can only get 18 likes? Y'all lazy likers? That's all right, though. I'm going to take it on the chin. My man Troy Diesel is in the house. What's going on, Try?
What's going on?
The legend of Try. Wap'm.
Joy of legend.
Wap'm, Try. Talk to me, man.
Just here chilling, bro. Chilling, man. I gotta hear the slogan, man. What's going on with you?
Man, I'm feeling like a real man should. All day, every day.
All day, bro. You know, I was sitting here and I'm listening to everything, and if I can, you know, anoint thee the president of truth, that would be you. You know what I mean? Because the president of truth, you know, you're being straightforward, and I'm understanding where you're coming from. You know, and it takes me out because you think about these lists, like we had a Diddy list or videos of people that was on some Diddy videos, and you had a list of people that was on Epstein's Island. Now, just because you went to Epstein Island doesn't mean you did what Epstein did. But when you're doing what Donald Trump doing, it makes you guilty. It shows guilt. It shows that you're covering up things. It's like, I know I didn't commit a crime. I'm going to be like, yeah, I know who did it. John did it. John did it. I'm not taking this shit on the chin. I don't got nothing to do with that murder. That first 48 going to turn into the first 15 minutes. Commercial free.
Right.
Fucking commercial free. You ain't going to see a McDonald's commercial or nothing. I'm letting you know from the door. But if you got something to do with that crime, you going to prolong that shit. You going to wait for him to say the thing that's going to make you snitch on the rest of the crews when they say, if I find out you have something to do with this, I'm going to charge you with murder, and you won't never come home. Life without the possibility. And that's what you're going to ask for a Burger King meal and cigarette.
Yo, you know, they should get a Trump in the interrogation room and be like, yo, you know you done fucked up, right? No. I'm saying you know you done fucked up, right? No, you fucked up. See, you fucked up right here. You know you done fucked. Like this shit is fucking. Yo, Troy. This motherfucker said. Hold on. He said it was a list and he was going to release it. He put out a dummy list. When that didn't work, then he said this motherfucker had the nerve to say there's no list. Yo, what list? Yo, that shit was a hoax, man. They was lying. Like, motherfucker, that means you was lying. You said it was a list. Okay, then he comes back like
he looked at a lot of Star Wars episodes because he damn sure we didn't get it.
The Jedi. Yo, it's crazy. The thing is, it be working. That should be working. And then he says, all right, there's a list, but that list lying. I don't even want to show y'all the list, man, because that list made up by a bunch of motherfuckers. Yo, the list, whatever that list is gone, man. They done incinerated that shit. They done shredded it, probably incinerated it. But the thing is, they're gonna have to come up with something because they're about to get petitioned. They're about to get summoned. They're about to get summoned to court, and they don't have to go through Trump for this. They don't have to go through Trump.
Well, see, you need to hear this part out, right? Hear this part out. Giselle Maxwell. Her lawyer just said, well, there's no list, there is no crime. So therefore, she shouldn't be locked up.
Free this hoe. Either free that hoe or come up with this list. We can't be.
What we dealing with?
Let the hoes go. Let the hoe go. Let the hoe go. Let the hoe go. Let the hoe go. She ain't do nothing. It ain't no list, ain't no victims, ain't no video, ain't no nothing. Let her go. It's all been a lie. 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 Yo, let Giselle go. Let Maxwell. Yo, she gotta get let go right now. Yo, that shit ain't right. Y'all trying to clown. Either release the files or release the girl. So somebody gonna tell on somebody because that's the world and that's the way it goes. And ain't nobody gonna stop. Yo, somebody got locked up by the cops and they got tried and convicted, but they hiding them files. Yo, what the fuck is it? And somebody better say something right now because it's coming through soon. Yo, this shit is like Looney Tunes and Bugs Bunny shit or some Daffy Duck and what the fuck? All right, my bad, Troy. My bad.
Well, no problem. You know, I like the songs, man. When you release the bars, we already knew you bar legend.
This shit is
that should be your rap
crazy,
name,
son.
Bar legend. We already know that freestyle free. You know what I mean? But at the end of the damn day, son, me and you always talked about politics, even when we was going down the laugh house doing comedy. You know, when we talked on the phone we tell each other jokes, we talk about fucking damn politics. So at the end of the day, we both coincide. We might agree to disagree on some terms, but when it comes to this bastard, we don't disagree on this motherfucker because at the end of the day, you know, it's so much shit that he's done. Did you hear that the new threat to America now is Rosie O'Donnell too?
Yo, and this is the most dangerous part about Donald Trump because he will do anything to throw the dogs off the scent. This motherfucker is trying he talking about deporting an American-born citizen. Yo, what the fuck, son?
He's trying to take away Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship while she's living in Ireland.
Yo, and
oh my God,
I don't even like Rosie O'Donnell. I'm about to be a fan though. Like, yo, whoever don't like him, I'm starting to like them. This shit crazy. If Satan start hating on Trump, I might be like, so you
what's going on, devil?
So let me see that little 5-star symbol. So what y'all be doing? Like, you know,
do you really be making people live their life? I mean, live the killing the way they die.
Like they be getting money, right? You know, like, but
y'all got steaks. Here you go. Y'all got steaks down here now.
Grilling all day. You know what I mean? Grilled human. But this shit is look. I didn't even mean to do this show. I was not going to do this show. This show was not going to happen today. But I'm like, the ridiculousness of it. It keeps going on and on and on. Look, motherfuckers. Look, Trump fans hating. He said not smart enough to reverse the logo. No, YouTube doesn't have an inversion of the of the camera, dickhead. See, this is the shit I love. Let me show you a picture, dummy. Oh damn. Let me see. All right, let me see how I can make this motherfucker understand this. You see, look, these are my hands. This is my right hand, but to you, it probably looks like my left hand. It's on your left side, but trust me, this is my right hand. This is my left hand, but it's on your right side because YouTube changed their it was an update maybe 7 months ago or whatever, and there's no way to invert the camera. So I understand how you feel, but you're not as smart as me. You know, like it takes a lot of balls and a little bit of mental strength to turn on this camera and talk about some things that can be easily disputed. But trust me, you can't beat me. So while you're trying to pick out things that are going on with my set, I would implore you to go after my material. Because either way, you can't win. But I got a better idea. I got this. If you really don't think I'm smart, there's a phone number you can call. And I will let you come on the show and speak your piece. I'll let you talk your shit. 267-874-1949. That's the number to call. I said a 267-874-1949. Yes, y'all. I said a 267-874-1949. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 267-874-1949. Yeah, get your shine, baby. So if you really want to get it off your chest, you know, like sometimes you don't feel like, you know, you don't get a chance to be heard with all your little typing and all of that. So to get the attention that you really deserve, call the number. Don't be a pussy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, listen, I'm encouraging you. Be a real man. Call the number. Talk to me. And I promise to talk to you nice too. I promise. I don't. Hold on. I do not. Hold on. I do not promote any censorship on this show. That's why I talk the way I talk. But I let you talk the way that you want to talk too. So all you got to do, you said 60-year-old YouTuber. No, I'm actually 54. I'll be 55 next month. But you can eat a dick. And there are more.
If you're a 60-year-old YouTuber, how old is your father?
Well, it don't even matter. I'm old enough to do whatever the fuck I want to do and young enough to keep doing it every day.
And you're intelligent enough to do it every damn day too.
I'm just saying, I got a lot of energy. I did some squats.
I know one thing: if you had a list, you're gonna release it.
Deadlifts and all. Right? I bet you I bet you I've never been to a Diddy party and I'm not on the Epstein list. Now you might say that's because you don't have enough money to be on the Epstein list. Well, you would be right. However, I wouldn't be around that freaky motherfucker anyway.
And you also know that one of the people that sued Epstein, Virginia, I forgot her name. She was one of the sex trafficking girls. She just committed suicide this year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we have a caller. Hold on. We have a caller. Yeah, we have a caller. Hold on. Now, you know, a lot of people like to call in and play around, so I must warn y'all. But we have a call on the line. Let's see what this is about.
You have a call from.
Okay, caller with the last number is 1420. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. What's on your mind this afternoon? Oh, they hung up. I told you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm telling you. See, along with some other skills that I have, one thing I have the power to do is to pull the bitch up out of some bitch ass mother. Now, that motherfucker's like, he's probably thinking like, he doesn't think I'm man enough to call. I'm calling. I'm calling. I'm fucking calling.
Give me about 1 minute, son. So you mean to tell me, and let's just think this shit out. You mean to tell me that the client list from Jeff Epstein is the end all to be all for MAGA? It's not the fact that the economy is fucked up, the cost of living is fucked up. It's not the immigration and the way you snatching immigrants off the street, so-called immigrants, even immigrants with the information and the paperwork to stay in the United States. It's not the fact that you bomb motherfucking Iran without consulting Congress or the Senate. It's not none of this shit is major. None of this shit is affecting Americans nor affecting MAGA. It's not the fact that the big beautiful bill is getting ready to fuck up money and fuck up lives because Medicaid is getting ready to cut. Section 8 is getting ready to get cut. And they don't understand that there's more white people on Section 8 than black people on Section 8. But it's not a color issue. It's a human issue. It's not the fact that is. But the most thing that's going to destroy the American MAGA and that guy Alex Smith crying and they got Megyn Kelly upset and they got all these
Alex Jones.
motherfucking client list.
Well, see, here's the thing.
That's it.
Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you why I think that the client list is so important to MAGA people and is getting some of them to have a change of heart or jump ship. All of those other things are what Trump offered to them. This is what they actually wanted. So there's a difference. It's one thing if you weren't thinking about a bike and somebody gave you a bike. It's one thing if you weren't thinking about a ring or a chain or something like that and somebody gave you one. It's one thing if somebody, bought you a car or whatever if you weren't thinking about it. But it's another thing when you ask for something and somebody told you that they were going to give it to you and you know that they have the power to give it to you and they even told you that we're going to give it to you and they give you a portion of it and you know that they didn't give you the portion that was right. It's like you asked to go to the movies and they told you that they were going to buy you a movie ticket and then when you looked at the ticket it was for the show last night. You understand what I'm saying? So he literally gave them the ticket to the show that was last night. So this ticket is worth nothing. So they're like, no, I need the ticket because I want to go see the movie today or sometime in the future. And he's like, well, I gave you the ticket though. Like, no, but that's not the right ticket. I can't use it. Oh, okay. Then he tells you, well, ain't no movie playing. You're like, what are you talking about? It's playing downtown. I want to go to the movies downtown to see the movie. The movie is there. And they like, what you want to go see the movie for anyway? Man, I heard the actors ain't shit, the script ain't shit, the director, the producer, even the grips, even the production assistants, the PAs, none of them, they ain't shit. What you want to, man, fuck that movie. You know what? Don't fuck that movie. We gonna go to this concert. Yeah, cool. We go to the concert, but first you telling me that you bought me a ticket to the movie, and then you told me that it wasn't a movie, and now you telling me that it's not a good movie. I shouldn't even want to see the movie. And he like, Man, let me take you to the show. The show, dude. All right, we have another call on the line. Let's see.
You have a call from
Caller with the last numbers 4816. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. What's good?
Hey, how's it going? So we all know why the Democrats aren't releasing the list, right? Obviously, Clinton's been on the express many times. I just want to ask MAGA, why isn't Trump and the Republicans releasing the list then? Could there also be like prominent Republicans also on that list?
Listen, there's evidently some problem with that list. Now, it would make a lot of sense that a Bill Clinton and a Joe Biden and maybe even an Obama wouldn't release that list because it would call into question probably a lot of people, Democrat, Republican, or non-political people, international well-known people on that list, and it might cause a lot more problems than it would save. It would make some people really uncomfortable. But yes, Donald Trump during that whole time was the one calling for the list. He didn't have to do that. He made a choice.
Yeah, he didn't have to. So I think at the end of the day, you all saw Elon's tweet, right?
Yeah.
when he was probably high off ketamine, he tweeted, sometimes the truth slips out. And he tweeted that Trump was on the list. And these like billionaires, they have huge egos, right? They're not going to allow themselves to get ratioed the next day. Let's say Trump releases the list the next day. Oh, I'm not on it. And how does that make Elon look? So even if he's on ketamine, I think he tweeted that for a reason, right? There might be some truth to that. So I think MAGA, just gotta take it for what it is. And furthermore, if you look at all the evidence, there was this case in 2016, and then MAGA would say, the plaintiff willingly withdrew the case. If you go and read through the case, there are multiple witnesses who saw Trump, Epstein, so Trump was 48 at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
They saw him with a 13-year-old girl at Epstein's New York party multiple times. There are witnesses to that.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely,
people will say, Trump. Trump's been on Express too. People will say, but he's never been to the island. I've seen not only did all these acts on the island, I've seen also had residences from across the world. One of them is being in New York.
Right.
He has the largest residence in New York.
Right.
And Epstein has frequent parties. Trump frequently attended. There's multiple photos, multiple witnesses. So maybe there's some truth to that. And, you have to release the list now to quell all the rumors. Like, I don't know why Trump is spurging out on Truth Social saying what Epstein was. Like, we all know there, like, let's say there's an official list, right? There has to be clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, why is Maxwell locked up?
Right. Right.
Who did these to the, say, 200 to 1,000 victims? The little girls who were, obviously there has to be clients, right? So even if there is an official list, you can't, pull names who perpetrated these actions, put them in some sort of statement, release all the evidence corresponding to it. Like, you can't do that. We're just going to assume, it's all gone. Like, what? I don't know.
I want to ask you two questions. One is a jokey question.
Mm-hmm.
And the other is a serious question.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Jokey question. Who do you think was more damaging to underage girls? Epstein or Disney?
Because you say it's Diddy or
Disney? Like Walt Disney?
Disney. Probably Epstein. I mean, like you could say, oh yeah, Disney is like too woke, blah blah blah, but you're willingly watching it, right? No one's shoving Disney in your face. Like you can close your eyes, you can put earbuds in. Like no one is like, no one's forcing you to watch Disney. Like
No. Disney has been long known, rumored and proven that their producers, that their directors, that people that work within Disney Studios have run not a trafficking or sex trafficking ring, but
person.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole organization underneath, not just like Mickey Mouse or
no.
No messaging to that too, but
yeah. It's a little tough.
I mean, I don't know the whole underground thing of Disney. That's something I have to look more. That was probably like before my time, right? I'm not that old.
No. It's going on now. So how old are you?
He said just listen to Disney was so bad he created Pepe Le Pew to depict itself as a fucking damn as a fucking what is it? Pepe Le Pew was supposed to be a motherfucking
Wait a minute. Pepe Le Pew, that was Warner Brothers. Stalker. No, but that was Warner Brothers. That was Warner Brothers. That's
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew is not Disney. No, when Disney, like if you go on Netflix or Amazon Prime, there are multiple documentaries about the sexual abuse and exploitation of young, not just women, young boys and underage boys and girls. The thing is, Disney made a lot of them stars to shut them up, but there was a whole lot. But anyway, my second question was this. My second question is this: if the files ever get released, what do you think, regardless of whose names are on there, what do you think should happen?
Well, obviously, like everyone should be persecuted to the full extent of the law, like according to what they done. So, without statutes of limitations, you send them all to court and let the evidence speak for itself.
Okay. All. So what if you?
I get that.
Mm-hmm. What if you saw names that were on the client list, but those clients didn't actually do anything? What do you think should happen with them? Because here's the reason that I ask you this question. Because if you were on the client list, maybe you weren't complicit as being a participant in any abuse, but it doesn't mean that you didn't see any. So if you saw abuse,
for sure.
Yeah. So
that's why I say let the evidence speak for itself. Like it's one thing to release a list, but you can also obviously release the list with their extent of the connection to Epstein, right? And if you have all the evidence, people are smart enough to make their own connections, right? People aren't just going to assume, oh, you're a chomo because you have, associations to Epstein. Maybe you're just a chauffeur. Maybe you're just a friend who didn't know Epstein's dark secrets. People can make their own judgment on that. At the end of the day, if you have all the evidence, I think it should be pretty obvious to separate out who perpetrated these actions to these victims and who had nothing to do with it. It's not that hard. Like people know how to read, right? Like you can just release it all. Like one other thing is like Trump said, "Oh, we're not releasing it because there's victims' names on it." Of course, there's gonna be victims' names on it. But you know what you can do? You can redact all that information. Just cross out all the identifying information of the victims, and release the list. And the real reason they're not going to release the list is because both Democrats and Republicans are never going to release the list. The real reason is it benefits both of them, right? Right now in America, we have this two-party system, right? So every 4 years, you get a Republican president. Maybe the next 4 years you get a Democratic president. It's never been anyone else, so it benefits both of them. The Senate and the House are both split roughly half and half. Benefits both of them. What happens when that whole establishment goes down? What happens when there's a third, fourth, fifth, sixth party that shows up and grabs some seats? What happens to the American system then? Obviously, the Democrats won't have, the power they have now. Obviously, the Republicans won't have the power they have now. Would you still trust the Republican Party? Would you still trust the Democrat Party if they were complicit in covering this entire thing up for the elites? No, you wouldn't. So they both have an interest in covering this up, and that's why both of them haven't released it, during their terms. And going forward, we'll probably, maybe in 100 years, maybe in like 50 years, we'll get the list after everything, is done and everyone associated with it is gone,
Yeah.
But as for now, both parties, they have an interest in covering this up.
Well, one party is in charge of it right now, and
Exactly.
and they're fumbling. They're fumbling it pretty bad. This is
I think the reason is Biden never promised. Oh, I was going to release the list, right? But
he did.
Never. I don't think he did. So.
He didn't. He never promised that shit. This is all
exactly. Like,
Trump brought this shit. He literally invited this shit to his house, and now he's saying that he doesn't want company. Fuck out of here. That motherfucker is sitting on the couch and getting comfy.
If you really want to be, let's think about it, right? You was able to release, you saying how you wanted to release JFK, and JFK, if you really want to just look at the things about JFK other than the presidency, you just look at him cheating on his wife with Marilyn Monroe and other disgruntled things and bad like that. Even when you release things about Martin Luther King, you can release things about Martin Luther King and you can spin this saying that Martin Luther King, while he was married to Coretta, he was sleeping with other women, such as white women, and you're willing to release that. So why are you not willing to release the damn client list of Jeff Epstein? It's not. See, this is the thing about it. It has nothing to do with Democrat Republicans because it has nothing to just do with political people. There's also people that was in the entertainment business. There was also people that was in the medical field. That if you're a millionaire or billionaire and you was connected to this man, you was invited to Epstein Island, or you was invited to his other house that was knocked down, the other one that was in Miami. So you were invited to these properties. So at the end of the day, if you're willing to release everybody else's information on their life, JFK and damn Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, why don't you just release fucking, what is it, where the aliens is at? Level whatever, that place. Shit, release that too.
I think they'd rather release the alien stuff before the Epstein stuff, because
he'll release every other thing. He'll release every other thing before he released that list. Because on that list is not just the list that he's worried about. It's the things that he might have did behind closed doors that he's incriminated for. That's the thing about it.
The alien stuff, at least it's a common enemy, right? If aliens come and attack, both the Republicans and the Democrats will have to unite together to fight the aliens, right? But at the end of the day, what Trump basically did with Epstein list is open Pandora's box 1 inch, right? And then he didn't like what he saw, so he just slammed that shit shut and then just hid it away in the corner and just pretend it never existed. And, the public all saw that obviously it exists. And obviously half of MAGA is kind of split now because Trump is, they realize Trump is playing them for a fool, and then the other half of MAGA are just die-hard Trump D-riders, so they're just going down with the ship, so that's what's happening right now, so who knows? Who knows where this entire thing ends up. So,
yeah, this is this whole thing is like seeing something that's clear, but also having shades drawn on it. It's clear as a window that's been wiped off, but there's shades or curtains or blinds or something like that that keep getting flipped or pulled down or spread apart. I mean, I don't really think. Yeah, listen. The thing about this whole Epstein thing is that it's making people who aren't even involved in it uncomfortable because they know, and I understand that, because seeing your heroes, seeing the truth of dirt being thrown on your heroes is a hard thing to do. I mean, and that's whether you're talking about a JFK or MLK or whatever. Listen, you have to understand, they're all human beings. They did what they did. They lived their lives the way they lived them. It doesn't take away from any of the good things that they have done. The thing is, JFK and MLK have passed on. They don't have any way to clear up any truth or lies or suspicions about what they have done. Donald Trump is here, alive and well, and he has an involvement with those Epstein files. But like I said, he invited this thing to his house. He had the choice not to do that, but he did it. He wanted to put this cloak of transparency out as if he was really capable of withstanding it, and now he's unable to make you look the other way. But the real danger with Donald Trump is that when he is unable to distract you from going after him for whatever truth that you may have on him or against him, he will do other things that will make you have to take care of that first. It's equivalent to murdering somebody and then going and starting a fire, a 3 or 4 alarm fire. So yes, we'll continue this murder investigation after we put out this fire. Now that fire could be the big beautiful bill. That fire could be dropping bombs in Iran. That fire could be sending more ICE agents to farms or the other places like hotels and hospitality businesses that he said he would not target. You understand what I mean? That's the danger of Donald Trump. It's not necessarily what he has done. It's what he will be willing to do to prove or to throw you off from revealing or seeing or having to answer for what he has done. When you ask a question like when a reporter asks a question like, so what's going on with the Epstein, blah, blah, blah. What's going on with the Epstein files and blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And you say to them, only an evil person would ask a question like that. Like, we're doing all of these great things and you're worried about Epstein. Like, motherfucker. Oh, and he really likes to speak in broad generalizations. Like he says things like, nobody cares about that, or everybody wants this. So he separates when he wants to separate. Like, he separates when it comes to his base. Like, I care about my base and I don't care about anything else on the radical left or the left, period. He separates then. Hold on.
It really depends on your politics, right? Because if you're MAGA, right, you like the other stuff Trump is doing, right? The reason why MAGA is now split on this is obviously people have a strong moral compass on protecting these chomos and people who defend, people who hide stuff to protect these chomos. And essentially, Trump is doing that right now. So, if your moral compass on that is stronger than whatever other stuff you perceive Trump is doing as that's good, then obviously you can no longer defend Trump at all. But other people are just hardcore, Trump.
I don't
Trump
think.
all the way.
I don't think.
Never be on.
I don't think MAGA supporters. I don't think MAGA supporters have a moral compass. I don't believe that.
I mean,
I don't.
That's debatable.
This is why I say this. This is why I say this. I say that they don't have a moral compass because how can you be concerned about? How can you be concerned about children that were taken advantage of or assaulted by Jeff Epstein, but you want to deny that children in Sandy Hook were killed?
Wait.
So you'll advocate for little Latino children to be sent back to a country that they weren't born in, but you're worried about the Epstein list. I don't think MAGA supporters have a moral compass at all. But what they do have is a fucking brain. And they know that that they've had to defend Donald Trump on everything from Snickers to fucking Ferrero Rocher. Everything. So now they know if he is culpable in this Epstein thing, how many other things have I defended this man on, and he's lied? So now we got to start taking a look at, was the election really stolen? Were the January 6th hostages, were they really hostages or were they criminals? He was convicted of these 34 felonies. Was he actually guilty? The sexual assault that he was found liable for and he had to pay all that money 3 times. Maybe, possibly the courts were right. Maybe all of this manipulating of the Department of Justice and putting judges in there that will make laws directly to protect him alone, not just presidents of the United States, but him. Like maybe all of this smoke that we've had to defend him through actually had fire. Maybe there really was fire. Maybe. Because
one thing that I'm sorry for cutting you off, sir.
No, I was just going to say all of the things that Donald Trump has been accused of, he's found a way to keep his base on his side and to wiggle through because he was somehow a billionaire good guy who just didn't have the luck of the left on his side. But maybe just maybe the left had been a little bit right about Donald Trump. So maybe we have to take a look at this Epstein thing, and maybe if that doesn't go the way that they wanted to go, maybe we got to take a look at a whole bunch of other shit. People out here burning MAGA hats, man. Come on, man. They burning MAGA hats. That's bigger. If you really think about it socially, that's bigger than burning the American flag. Socially, for them, it really is. Because they believe that MAGA is bigger than the United States. Like this is the way the United States should be. The flag only represents what the United States has been and has become. But the MAGA is the way it should be. It's a panacea. It's a utopian ideal, regardless of how ridiculous it is. That's how they look at it. This is a whole new way of life, man. You know, like when you had the Tea Party, when Obama was president and he was running against John McCain and then later on with Mitt Romney, the Tea Party was small change compared to this MAGA thing. You didn't see people running around here with Tea Party hats and shirts and making it their slogan or their way of life, it was totally partisan. This MAGA thing is something that almost anybody can do. But the ones who do it for real, they're like the pioneers of hip hop. They don't want to hear this mumble rap shit. They don't want to hear none of this. They don't want to hear no trap rap. They don't want to hear none of that shit. So
great analogy.
So it's different. It's different. They consider themselves to be the purists. They are purists. And if y'all don't understand what I'm saying, purists. They are the purists of this political thing. So for MAGA supporters to be, it had me wondering, like, are these even really MAGA supporters? You know what I mean? Like, because it looks like something that somebody who was pretending to be MAGA supporters might do. You know what I mean? People would do anything for clicks, do anything for views and all that kind of stuff. So you see, this shit is so serious that even I have to wonder if they are really jumping ship. Because when you know them personally, you know how hard it is to convince them to get off of the MAGA wagon. So it's hard for me to believe that they're publicly coming out against Trump. I mean, we see all these videos of people jumping MAGA shit and all of that. But when Trump has when he has rallies and shit, I don't hear no boos. I don't hear no, oh, get the fuck out of here. You lied. I don't hear that. Yeah, I don't hear that. So I'm not ready. I'm not ready to start singing and dancing and jumping up and clapping and stomping my feet, saying, yeah, we finally did it. We did it, Brooklyn. We did it. No, we ain't do shit. I don't know.
Yo, let me just say this, right? I would like to thank you for bringing up, using that Penn State degree with the words that you've been using today, by the way. We bringing the words out, bro. I had to go through the word dictionary for a second. But you know what Trump remind me of? He remind me of an escaped prisoner, and they got the dogs chasing them, and everywhere in the world he's trying to get you to throw. He's trying to throw them off his scent. Hello? Mm-hmm. Everything he does, he's trying to throw him off. As he's running through the forest trying to get away. Ruggy bomb Iran, that's one thing. And he steals the bloodhound, still sniffing. And then he turns back around. Oh shit. Let me talk about the big, beautiful bill. I'm gonna throw that out there. And he's still chasing his ass. And the only one thing that's catching up to him right now, after all this important shit in the swamp area, is the client list.
I'm telling you, man, this shit. Listen, and MAGA supporters may be having to come to grips with how dangerous this man can do, because he will never ever admit defeat. So what you have to do in order to prove yourself as a winner, even if it's just a winner in the eyes of those who would never admit that you would lose, there are things that you have to do. And he's not able to just wave his don't listen to the fake news flag anymore, or his magic no fake news wand anymore. That shit ain't working. That shit's not working like it used to. So and speaking of fake news, they know that he's fake news. It's making them uncomfortable, man. This shit is like poison ivy. This shit is uncomfortable. They know, like, wait a minute, dude, you switching up your story too many times. That's not you. Yes, it is. It is you. It is him. He's been doing this forever. But now they're having to, man, fuck. All right, man. Maybe. Check it out. Maybe the takeover was better than Ether. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think in like every cult, right, there's a cult of personality, and once you start worshiping a man, you know, especially one as flawed as Trump, as a god, right? Obviously, that whole like worldview can get shattered pretty easily, right? Obviously, some people will continue drinking the Kool-Aid, right? Like some people are blaming Pam Bondi when we all know Pam Bondi was just appointed by Trump, right? And then obviously she's not the one who decides whether the list gets out or not. So like this whole Laura Loomer blaming Pam Bondi and everyone just jumping on that does not make any sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you replace Pam Bondi with say Bongino or Kash Patel, do you really think the list will get out then? No, because it's not Pam Bondi's fault the list hasn't been released. And the fact that they would say, oh, some MAGA is not saying, oh, there is no list, there has been no list at all, which is what Trump is also now saying, right? What was Trump was saying yesterday? That was what he was saying yesterday. Oh, there is no list. Like, obviously, there's clients. Like you can't put a statement together. Like, just give me the files, I'll do it for you. Like, hello. So that makes no sense either. So the worldview just gets shattered twice, right? And that's what Trump is now saying, oh, there is a list, right? It was just created by Hillary, it was just created by Obama, it was just created by, you know, crooked Joe Biden or sleepy Joe Biden.
The Easter Beagle.
So, like, which one is it? Which one is it? First of all, the Epstein investigation was also during your term, too, so, like, hello? Like,
that part.
That does not make any sense either. So.
That part. The Epstein list was created during your department. But, you know, it's a funny thing that Donald Trump doesn't drink or, you know, use any kind of substances, allegedly. He said, allegedly, he doesn't drink, he never has, or any of that kind of shit. But you have to think, like, he talks like a person who does. And I don't mean that he slurs his words, but, you know, anybody who has drank alcohol knows that you start making promises when you drink alcohol. You start saying things and having delusions of grandeur. And sometimes you might cry. He has all the characteristics. Yo, tomorrow we're going to be the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to give you that. And it'll be all love, and it'll be flowers, and it's going to be gold, and we're going to have riches and treasures, everything. And then when tomorrow comes, it's like, I mean, come on, man. You know, all right, I'm going to make sure I take care of you, but come on, man. You know, I can't do it. Rome wasn't built in a day. All right, so you're going to get all that stuff. I promise. I got you, dog. What I say I was going to give you? Oh, you got the tape? All right, roll back the tape. Let's see it. I ain't got time to rap. I don't have time to look at the whole tape today. I'm going to review it later. I'm going to get back with you in 2 weeks. Hint, hint. You've been paying attention. I'll get back to you in 2 weeks about that. But you know what, man? It's fucked up. It's fucked up how you know, I'm gonna make sure you get everything you want, but it's fucked up how people be hating on me. You know, the same way I'm doing this for you, I've done this for so many people. And you know, I'm just out here trying to do good, man. You know, I help old ladies across the street and dogs that got hit by cars. I took them to the vet and got them fixed up. And I won't even step on a bug if you know, that's why I always walk with my head down to make sure that I don't sacrifice an ant when I'm walking. But nobody want to give me credit for that shit. Sometimes it get a little, it just ain't right. Like, yo, I'm telling you, he exhibits behavior like a person who is under the influence, but he's not. They should come out with a substance called Trump. Yo, get some of that Trump. Yo, let me get some of that Trump. Can I smoke it? Can I sniff it? Do I have to shoot it, or can I take it like a pill? You got them Trump capsules? You know what I mean?
Yo, man, I need that Trump today, boy.
I need
I had a
that.
hard day at work. I need a Trump. I need that Trump.
Yeah, matter of fact, I need that MAGA. Give me that MAGA. You know what I mean? That's the street name. That's the street name. What's it?
Yo, man, I need that. I'm gonna roll that MAGA up, and I need a blunt, man, so I can roll my MAGA up.
What's the scientific name for syrup for the purple?
Oh shit.
What is it? Fuck, man.
Yeah. Keep going.
I need to say it right. Hold on. What's the scientific name for lean? Codeine and promethazine. Promethazine. I was wrong. Said promethazine. So yeah. You know what I mean? So the scientific name is Trump, but the street name, that's that MAGA. Give me that MAGA. I need that MAGA. You know what I mean? Shit. Get my. You gotta talk like your highs get ready to go away. Oh, I need that MAGA, man. And cut up my MAGA and shit.
We keep cooking up that MAGA.
Oh shit. Oh shit. MAGA got my nose bleeding, bitch. God damn, I feel. Yo, I'm buy you a car tomorrow. Yeah, I'm buy you a car. Buy you a car tomorrow, and we gonna run some Mexicans over. All right? Yeah, I got you. We gonna do it. Like, what the fuck, man? This shit is crazy. This shit is fucking off the chain, man. What we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Let me give y'all something to do, man. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. You know what I mean? Please hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. You don't want to subscribe to the channel, I understand. Don't worry about it. You don't want to share the show, I understand. Don't worry about it. Hit the like button. I won't understand if you don't do that.
You know what else, something, son? People really still don't know how far Pam Bondi goes into the political realm before Trump. Pam Bondi is also the one that has something to do with Al Gore and George W. Bush in that situation. People don't understand that she was part of that.
Blondie.
So that's how, yeah, she had something to do with that.
Blonde Bondi. Bond Pandy.
And Bond, she goes all the way back. Yeah. She comes from a long line of ball lickers.
Yeah, look, I mean, actually, a lot of cats that you may not have heard of because they used to be back on the scene. See, the internet has opened up a lot for people to be known that once just worked in the background. Now the internet has people coming forth that we never would have paid attention to because they weren't the ones on TV they weren't on the channels that we were checking out. And the thing is, since Donald Trump is on camera every single day, you got to think no other president has done that. He insists on setting the news cycle every single day, and he does. And that's straight propaganda. But his supporters don't see it that way. They don't see it that way at all. But when you think about what propaganda is and how listen, fuck it. You're a Trump supporter. There's nothing I can say or do that is going to change that around. But Trump supporter or no Trump supporter, you're going to have to deal with this Epstein file shit. That's your homework, and you better get started working on this project because it's due. Though that list is coming out, or those files are going to be released one way or another one day soon. He will not make it through this administration, through this term, without it. Midterms be damned. He's not going to get away. This shit is not going away. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at the poll. The poll question was: do you believe that there is no Epstein call list, or do you think Trump is hiding his involvement? 57%, overwhelming. This is out of 104 votes. 57% says there is a list and Trump is on it. 14% says I believe what Trump says. 19% says Trump is lying through his teeth, and 10% says people are protecting Trump. And what I mean by people are protecting Trump is, I mean politicians who are around him, whether it's his cabinet, whether it's his publicist, or should I say his press secretary, you know, Caroline Levitt. Yo, amuse yourself with Caroline Levitt, because she better than Trump.
I do.
She is better than Trump. I listened to this chick.
She looks like a Stepford wife when she talks.
Yo, I've never seen anything like this. She does her job well. She should get an award. I mean, whether she tells the truth or not, it doesn't matter. She does an amazing job of protecting him. That shit is A+, A1. I've never seen it. Have you ever seen anything remotely close to that?
No.
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
And she does it with a smile. She does it with a smile on her face.
I haven't seen her slip up once. And she only 27 years old. I never seen no shit like that. She gonna be a superstar. A lying ass superstar. She needs to go into acting.
Mm-hmm.
Real shit. She needs. Her husband is like 60.
You lying?
No. Her husband. She got herself an old head. Hold on. How old is Caroline Levitt's husband? Let me see. Caroline Levitt. Let me see. 32 year age gap. Yeah, she got herself an oldie. So if she's 27, so that means he's 39. 39, baby. I mean, I'm sorry, he's 59. My bad. 59.
Mm-hmm.
And they got themselves a baby.
Mm-hmm.
He's 59 years old.
When the husband goes to the school, he's like, "That's your grandfather."
So I mean, even more than that, like with that kind of age gap, she might be a little sensitive. Like, ain't nothing wrong with an older man, you know, being with a little young thing. You know what I mean? He like him young and hot, like me. Trump used to like him young and hot, like me. Jeff Epstein liked him young and hot, like me. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, look at the age gap between him and Trump and Melania. I mean, motherfuckers never talk about that. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, so this what we doing?
You might have met her.
Hold on, what
you might have met her at an Epstein party.
Wait, y'all talking at the same? I mean, when I say y'all talking at the same time, I mean the exact same time. One at a time.
We're saying the same thing, though. So Trump actually met Melania through Epstein's wife.
Yes,
Maxwell,
yes, he did.
That's the same thing. That's why we sound so much alike, because we say the same damn thing.
So I mean, when you say or suggest that he's in those files, he is deep in. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump was Epstein. You know what I mean? He the Epstein doppelganger.
You were standing next to him doing the fucking YMCA dance.
Hold on. Some of them victims, and really, you know, I'm sorry. You know, my condolences to any of those victims, because I mean, being sexually assaulted, especially at a young, impressionable age, is a devastating thing, and to see people, you know, gloss over it or make light of it is not cool or whatever. So I want to say that first and foremost. But you know, like one of the victims, you might look and be like, well, which one of these? You put Trump and Epstein side by side. You ask, well, which one is Epstein? They might point to Trump. You know, sometimes friends, you know what I mean? They might have been tag teaming, partying, bitches. You know what I'm saying? That shit's crazy, man. That shit, yo, it's nasty.
I will say, look up the 2016 case on Trump, where
he allegedly had relations with the 13-year-old with Epstein.
Oh yeah, I know about that one. I definitely this
Allegedly,
cat,
though.
he has slipped. So I mean, he told you that he likes young girls. He told you with those beauty pageants and shit. This motherfucker been talking about his own daughter.
Exactly why,
He been talking about his own daughter since he was 9.
That's exactly why he kisses cute ass, because there has to be video of him doing something over there in Russia. Because you do remember them, the Miss Universe pageant was in Russia for maybe a year or two.
Mm.
So I would put it that
Putin has definitely had something on Trump for a long time. A long time, because nobody gives a shit about Putin except for Trump. Nobody. But all right, y'all, we gotta get on up out of here. It's 3:30. I got family business that I have to tend to, so we got to take this route. Listen, I want to thank both of you for calling in. I appreciate your commentary, your insight, and your information. Please don't hesitate to call in again. Y'all know the lines are always open when we are. So y'all have an extremely wonderful day. Be safe, and I'll see you the next go round.
I'll let you, bro. Much love, everybody.
All right, y'all. Peace.
All
right. So that's how we doing it. We're gonna do these birthday shout outs, and then we're gonna end this little soiree of ours. We're gonna end this soiree. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious July 13th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special, because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number 1 out the box. Tina Lovely. Happy birthday to you and Sade Gamble, and my girl Juanita DeBose, and my cuz Clyde McIntyre, and he actually is my cuz. This one is actually my cuz. And last but not least, my girl going all the way back to the Penn State days, 1989, another summer. Get down. Sound of the funky drum, my girl Pam Williams. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious July 13th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, the Epstein files release. The Epstein files release. The Epstein file, yo. The Epstein files, yo. To release the the Epstein files, say release. The Epstein files, hurry up. The Epstein files, yo, release. The Epstein files, we need to know. The Epstein files, I said release. Epstein files, yo, release. The Epstein files, yo, the files are not going to go away. So no matter how much you distract, you're going to have to pay attention to the American people and what they want. You're not going to be able to offer some beer or even a blunt. What they want is the truth, and they need proof. And if you don't give it, they might knock out a tooth. It's not going to soothe, not even with that preparation H. Yo, this shit is crazy and it's great. Well, preparation H, actually, that's for hemorrhoids. I meant to say the shit that you put in your teeth, but I avoid. all of the crazy stuff that comes across my desk, and I'm not really trying to get caught up in all that political mess. But when it's time, and time has come, and we're going to have to look for the truth and get some, and we can't find none. But we're on the trail, and I think enough people are in it so we won't fail. And this thing might fishtail. It's out of control, and Trump is trying to get a real big hold upon your mind and make sure that you don't find the truth, but it's coming through in due time. I thank all of y'all for coming on by, and I appreciate y'all for coming through and acting fly. And I will be on tomorrow night, 2 a.m., going into Tuesday. Just, get it right. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel, become a member. Know that we are on each and every day. So whether you want to come, go, or stay, you see how we play. And that's a good day. And I had one. Later on, I'm going to have me a little fun. And I implore you to do the same. And it's over right now. I'm tired of the kicking game. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 2 a.m. Monday going into Tuesday, so make sure y'all come on through. We are here 7 days a week. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. Have a good night. Garado Legends, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Peace to all of y'all.